In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make every named 501st Clone Trooper that I know of in LEGO without using any of their pieces, starting off with Captain Rex. So first, I'm going to use the 501st Officer torso, and then I'm going to put a custom comma on it, which this comma is going to be in a future video of mine how to make it, so stay tuned for that. It's coming out pretty soon. I just need to get to working on it. And then I'm going to take Fives' torso, just like that, and then put a custom pauldron, which will also be in an upcoming video, and then just like that. Now I'm going to need a face, just like that, because all clones have the same face. Doesn't really matter what face you use. And then a 501st helmet with a rangefinder. Obviously the helmet isn't super accurate, but there you have it. There's Captain Rex. Next off, we're doing Fives in his ARC Trooper form, and we're starting off with the 501st Officer legs again, and then a custom comma again, and this one is just going to be plain black, and then a Scout Trooper torso. I have the Hoth Scout Trooper. I prefer it over the regular Scout Trooper just because it has that Garrett there. I think it looks better. And then some blue arms and black hands, and then we're going to do a custom double pauldron, which this one will also be in a future video, like that. And then a ARC Trooper backpack, which is just, it's pretty simple pieces, you can see, just like that. And then we put it on his back if it wants to go on. Alright, got it on there. And then we have just a regular head again, this, and then the Jet Trooper helmet. And there you have Fives. It obviously doesn't have the rangefinder and can't have the rangefinder, but I still think it looks pretty good. Moving on to Echo. Starting off for Echo, 501st Officer legs again, and then another black comma, and then we're going to do the same Hoth Scout torso, except this time with Fives arms because they just look better. A little bit ironic switching out the arms from Fives and Echo. And then we're going to do another double pauldron. There we go. And then the same sort of simple ARC Trooper backpack, like that. And then we're going to do a plain head again, like that. And then a heavy 501st heavy helmet with a rangefinder. And there you have Echo. Next we're moving on to Jesse, that has the sort of white helmet, not the blue helmet. Starting off, we just have plain 501st legs. And then we're going to do a plain 501st torso with these Fives arms, and then just a clone head, and then a Grunt Phase 2 helmet. I think it looks more accurate, though it just doesn't have any blue, though his helmet doesn't really have blue. I just think this looks the most accurate to Jesse. Moving on to kicks. So for kicks, we're starting out with the legs. There's going to be the right leg is a 501st leg, and then the left leg is just a plain one. Then moving on to the torso, it's a 501st just plain torso with Fives' arms. Then for his backpack, let me put this down a second, it's a bracket piece with a whatever these kind of pieces would be called. They have the little studs going out to the side, and then this like red tile with the like little bar piece, and then just a tile on the bottom. And then this slope piece, that's going to be his backpack, for like his medic backpack. So it goes on just like that. And then we have his head. Sorry, I've kind of been holding these figures sideways. If that's a little bit annoying, I apologize. And then a plain helmet. I think this looks pretty good. Obviously not exactly like Kicks, but it looks pretty good. Now we're doing Tup, and starting off we have just 501st legs, and then a plain torso with Fives' arms, and then we have just a head, and then a plain helmet, and that looks pretty good for Tup, just really missing that little teardrop, and that's all really is missing, so it looks pretty accurate. Moving on to Hardcase. Hardcase was definitely a little bit harder to do because his markings are all over the place, and after some deliberation I came up with plain legs and then just a 501st Officer torso. He does not have Fives' arms because His armor does not have blue on the arms, and then just the head, and a plain 501st helmet. Obviously, you can switch it out with ones with helmet holes if you only have that, but I just think it looks better without the helmet holes. And there you have Hardcase. Definitely not the most accurate out of all of them. Moving on to Dogma. So the way I did Dogma was with 501st legs, 501st Jet Trooper torso with 5's arms, and then head, like all of them, and then the 501st Jet Trooper helmet. So kind of just an upgraded 501st Jet Trooper, but yeah, it's not the best. Definitely, I just had to get some red markings on there, and the blue was mostly at the up. I don't know, it's not my favorite. It just kind of looks like an upgraded 501st Jet Trooper. But now, moving on to the last one, which is Appo. Appo really is one of the plainest clone troopers in the 501st, with the slightest little detail that's different. So we're doing 501st legs, a 501st officer torso, so that it doesn't look exactly like a 501st clone trooper, because we're going to do the head, and then just a plain 501st helmet. He doesn't really have very much blue on his arms, that's why it's not 5's arms. But yeah, this guy really just kind of looks like a plain 501st trooper. The only difference would be that he'd have a tiny little arrow going downwards right there. So there you have it. There's every single one of the 501st named clone troopers. If I missed any, comment down below and I'll make a video soon on correcting that. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time on Cowboy Bricks.